Sterling with the penalty. 1-0 and 100 Premier League goals for Raheem Sterling.
How do you feel about being part of a very elite club in the 100 Club?
Yeah, it's a great feeling. Something that, you know, you see when you're growing up, players achieving these accomplishments, and to actually, finally be in the club, it's a great feeling, man.
Only 31 before you got there. You're the 8th youngest person to have done that. Is it something that you dream of? I don't know. As soon as you start scoring goals, do you think, I want to be in that club?
Yeah. Once you start scoring and getting the feeling for scoring, you definitely want to keep scoring and trying to, as I said, out sometimes looking. I'm not going to tell you, no lie, sometimes looking at the next number, and so, yeah.
Well, let's remind you about number 1. So you've got the team sheet there from the first goal that you ever scored in the Premier League. That is a rascal haircut more than anything that you've got there.
As I said, you're young, innit? It's your time to experiment. Time to learn what you like and what you don't like, and I don't like that.
When number 1 hits the back of the net, if you can remember your feelings that day, how did it make you feel?
Yeah, I remember it because, I said, I think I started the season pretty decent, some good performances, but, like anything, you're waiting for that goal, and when I scored it, I was over the moon, so it was a great feeling, man.
And I know that you're a selfless person, and a lot of the things that you've ever done in your life are for other people. But can you take personal pride, when you reach this big milestone, and in terms of getting your first one as well?
Yeah, for sure. As I said in the past and many interviews before, like, this is something that from as a kid that I was obsessed with, and everything else comes pretty much second to football. So when you do, as I said, reach accomplishments like this or achievements like this, it's something that I definitely am proud of, and definitely we'll say that with chest as well. And
then the next one we've picked out, it's the hat-trick for City against Bournemouth. That's the second one, because you just plonk players down on the backsides as you go through them. What do you remember of that one?
Yeah, I remember that. It was nice. Just remember the little shimmies and people dropping like flies. And it was nice. It was a nice day, because as I said, you came to City. Started with a few decent performances. Started the season with a few goals and stuff. And to get the hat-trick was a nice feeling. First hat-trick as well.
He's got to score, hasn't he? He does it. Sterling. He does. Extraordinary.
We'll go through the next one. So there's the Southampton one. I mean, that was quite a big one, I think, in terms of the title race there. Nice celeb picture as well, with the fans in the background.
Yeah, I think the Southampton, it was around this time. This is when I started to be obsessed with scoring like goals. Yeah, it was around this point.
Because you ostensibly before then, I think we'd all thought of you as like a wingman.
I wasn't bothered.
Who happens to get goals, but
yeah, I wasn't really interested in scoring. Like, it wasn't like I wanted to either make someone do a step over, make someone drop. Like, I wanted to do fun stuff and have some nice YouTube clip and stuff like that. That's what I was like growing up. Of course, it's always nice scoring. Of course, but that wasn't my main objective from the game. My main objective was, beat my man, get an assist and looking nice and whatnot. But as I said, this was around this point, it was a real turning point for me. Like, score winning goals, people, talking about the winning goals, you've seen the winning goals, you're helping your team. And I said it was a nice feeling that really, I said, helped me to stay in that mindset.
De Bruyne, it's Raheem Sterling! Wins titles!
So was there a particular moment where you thought, that's my buzz now?
Yeah, as I said, I've been in the past, as I said, growing 17, 18, 19, people saying, he can't finish, he can't score goals, and don't get me wrong, sometimes I was a bit sloppy with them, but as I said, it's something that now I started to take care with, and something that I wanted to, get better at, and I feel like I have. So yeah.
I think next.
Yeah, I think Arsenal was just after the Russia, no?
been with, yeah, it was, yeah.
Russia, yeah. So that was the first game back from after I think that was my 50th as well.
So in terms of, I mean, there's milestones through there, as like you said, the 40th and the 50th there. Does each one of those mean as much as the first one? Do you still...
Oh yeah, it's, for sure. It's every time that ball hits the net, mate, it's the sweetest feeling ever. Yeah.
Raheem Sterling. Sterling! Oh, that is beautiful.
In terms of, I heard you saying before about you were disappointed you hadn't got to 100 before now at this point. Do you start setting targets now, whether that be I want this many in this month or this many by Christmas or this many in a season? Is that you? Do you do that sort of thing? What do you?
No, for the season, yeah. I'd give myself targets for the season, what I want to finish the season with. And as I said, since I came to City, I think every year I've scored more goals each season. And then last season was the season that I didn't score as much goals for various reasons. So it was, as I said to you, that's why I wanted to get it last season, and I was very disappointed that I couldn't. But, you know, hopefully, as I said, not hopefully, but thankfully, that I've got it now.
Is there any that we've missed? Is there any that you'd go, actually, we should have had X, Y or Z? What's your favourite maybe of the 100?
I'd say one of my favourites, Southampton, definitely. Yeah, I'd say Southampton, yeah.
Because that was the one that you thought, actually, I'm a goal scorer.
Yeah, that's what I said. Round that time was the point that I said I'm starting to really enjoy the responsibilities of scoring goals. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So what's the next target?
My next target is keep scoring goals. That's it. As I said, you're in the 100 club now, and you just need to keep chipping away. Still got a long career ahead, so.
Sterling with the penalty. 1-0 and 100 Premier League goals for Raheem Sterling.